All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another stream on the Black Congregation. I am still jet lagged from my trip to South Africa. I woke up about 2 o'clock this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, I woke up 2 a.m. and I've been up since then, like wide awake. So over there, it kind of be like about 9 in the morning. So yeah, I'm very, very jet lagged right now. So I'm probably have to take some melatonin or something to even me back out, because I'm not gonna get off of it on my own. So appreciate you joining us here this Sunday morning. Now, while I was in, actually, when did I find out about the Mason story? I think I was in Johannesburg at the time, or Cape Town, one of them. But I found out about the story. Many of you were sending me this story over and over and over, and I'm like, listen, I will get to this story when I get back to Babylon. Right now, my head space is somewhere else. I was so busy, I didn't have time to think about nothing else. But appreciate everybody joining us this morning once again. Let me make sure to give y'all an applause for definitely being here. You want to make sure to give you that, because you could have been anywhere else but here. Now, the story. Let's get to this out of Mason, Tennessee. I'm going to check something real quick. Just give me a second. Hold on. All right. We all straight on this. Okay, so I got everything I need. So the story out of Mason, Tennessee, we're going to actually look at what the Blue Oval City is, because many people is talking about this. But Ford plans to open up Blue Oval City. So let's go ahead on and look that up first before we play anything else. Wrong thing. We're looking at for the Blue Oval City. Okay, here we go. Blue Oval City. So this is what the fuss is all about with this story out of Mason, Tennessee. I know a lot of people know what the state comptroller is trying to do, but let's look at kind of why he's trying to do it. All right, so Ford to lead America's shift to electric vehicles with new Blue Oval City mega campus in Tennessee and twin battery plants in Kentucky. Now, $11.4 billion investment to create 11,000 jobs and power a new lineup of advanced EVs. Now, according to Ford is going to bring electric zero emission vehicles to scale to American customers with the largest, most advanced, most efficient auto production complex in its 118-year history. We're going to go through just the bullet points to be good enough. Ford is to bring electric zero emission vehicles at scale to American customers with the largest, most advanced, most efficient in 118 years. Ready? They call Blue Oval City. The complex will be constructed on a nearly 6 square mile site in West Tennessee and build the next generation of electric F-Series pickups and advanced batteries. Now, moreover, they say a new Blue Oval SK battery is to be built in central Kentucky, consisting of twin battery plants that will power a new lineup of Ford and Lincoln EVs. A Ford and SK Innovation plan to invest $11.4 billion and create 11,000 new jobs close to the Stanton, Tennessee. 6,000 there. They're saying 5,000 in Glendale, Kentucky. It's a production of the new electric vehicles and advanced lithium-ion batteries will begin in 2025. Okay, so they're talking about there'll be 3 new Blue Oval SK plants, 2 in Kentucky, 1 in Tennessee, as they will enable 129 gigawatt hours a year of a U.S. production capacity for Ford. They say these investments built on Ford's recent announcements. They will work with Redwood Materials on closed-loop domestic battery recycling, yada, yada, yada. They say Ford has also invested $90 million in Texas, $525 million total in the U.S. to train skilled technicians to service connected electric zero-emission vehicles, okay? So we just want to just give you a synopsis, just a little bit on what the issue is. Now, let's get to why the big issue. Why is the discussion about Blue Oval City and Mason, Tennessee? Where that campus is at, anything that's surrounding that campus is going to be prime real estate, okay? Not only is going to provide 11,000 jobs, for people, but anybody who owns land anywhere near that, with that kind of investment coming in, the property owners' land is going to skyrocket into the millions. Well, this is where Mason, Tennessee comes in at. Mason, Tennessee is a majority black town. It don't even have really 2,000 people even living there, but it's a majority black town. Well, anytime black people are about to benefit from something economically, here come the white supremacists. And let me tell y'all, when I say white supremacists, I don't mean a Klan hood. Because I told you a white supremacist believes that anybody white must dominate all areas of activity. They believe they must dominate the financial realm. They must dominate land. They must dominate contracts. They must dominate politics. They must dominate anything out there. They must dominate it. They don't believe in equality. I told y'all this. The white supremacists would never believe in equality. You see, the same thing I saw in South Africa is the same thing here. See, the white supremacists will tell you, you can go eat at the same restaurants as them. You can go to the movies together. You could date. You could marry. You can go to the same beach with each other now. You can ride the same airplanes. You can do a whole lot of things that white people can do. But one thing they never fixed, which still makes it unequal, is economics. See, when they told you you now equal white people, they lied to you. Same thing when I saw in South Africa. Okay, apartheid's over. We're equal now. They lied to them too. Because if you're not equal financially, you're not equal. You understand? So after all the Jim Crow and all of that, and now you're equal, right? After the civil rights movement, but the money never became equal. This is why reparations is spoke about so much, is because it's about equality. But at the same time, you know, they tell black people, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, Tyrone. Stop complaining. You know, if you work hard, Tyrone, you can get somewhere in life. What's wrong with you? Even though this is the same people that had a 250-year head start. I tell black people this. Something I learned in South Africa for sure. Stop listening to white folks about your life, your finances, what's safe and what's not safe. Stop listening to them. They have lied to you from the beginning. Why are you listening to them? So part of the Jim Crow era was sabotaging black people. That's been the history of black folks in America. Black folks build something up, you sabotage it by either coming up with some cockamamie law to try to undermine black people, or you'll just straight be on some white supremacist terrorism and go terrorize them and get them off their land, or you'll create a freedmen's bank and then you'll say, hey, black people, put your money over here. And then the white folks steal it. You know, our whole history in America has been financial undermining. Undermine. Okay. And what I have realized in this country is a fight every day for black people. The devil does not take a day off. Much as we want to take days off, the devil never take a day off trying to get at you. And the greatest mistake that the civil rights movement made was not during the civil rights movement, was after. See, they took a day off. Matter of fact, he took some years off, and the devil just kept coming at you at a different way. He knew he couldn't come at you the way he came at you, so let me go at you another way through the back door, but let me be more sinister. This is when your liberal Democrat, you know, white supremacy came in to undermine black folk. You know what I'm saying? See, they couldn't do the Bull Connor thing where they up in your face. They have to do it the undermining way. Pay more black folk to sell you out sort of thing, right? So this is what they've been on for years. Now, with Mason, Tennessee, a majority black town, will benefit from this economic boom. And just like in white supremacist fashion, it don't matter if white supremacist is Democrat or white supremacist is Republican. It doesn't matter. It don't matter. They all the same. A white supremacist Democrat or a white supremacist Republican believe in white supremacy. They may believe in two ways of doing it, but they both believe in it. Unfortunately, a lot of my black people in America is still underneath the evil spell of the Democrat Party. See, you see the Republican coming, and I love seeing them coming because I'm cool with that. We can always defend against what's coming. Now, the Jason Mumpower guy, him. I forgot to get his picture, but I'm gonna make sure to put him up here, up on the screen. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna get his picture up here. Now, this gentleman here, Jason Mumpower, he is the guy that's out of Tennessee that wanted to take over take over the city of Mason, Tennessee, he said that, well, y'all finances are just too messed up and y'all too much in debt. Now, this is a country that's over, what, is it over $20 trillion in debt? This country? But yet Mason, Tennessee is in debt, maybe $500,000 up to $600,000. That's nothing for a freaking city. But he says, well, I'm going to take that city over because y'all too much in debt. Y'all don't know what to do with that city. So, what y'all need to do is this. Either give up your city charter and be absorbed into the county, or I'm just going to just take it over, one or two. So just on some white supremacist bullying tactics that they have always done to black people that's about to get some sort of economic boom, right? So I want you to see this guy, his picture and all of that. Let me get him off the screen here. Now, I'm going to play you a clip. So I want you to listen to it real quick. And then we're going to, of course, we always going to follow it back up with a little breakdown. So let's go ahead and get at it.
We proving that we are capable and able to handle the town's affairs because we showed them numbers.
Like so much else in this part of the state, so much of what's going on is about black and white. Blacks make up a majority of Mason, but only recently were voted in power. Before that, most of the mismanagement was under white leadership. A town clerk embezzled $100,000, and a public works superintendent was indicted for paying himself $600,000 over 8 years.
I think it's still racial. Has something to do with the fact of who running the town.
But Rivers says it's also about green. With Mason just 5 minutes from the massive Blue Oval City plant Ford Motors is about to build, suddenly Mason may be on the cusp of being a boomtown. And while she's hopeful the state will decide to scale back its financial oversight once it goes over the numbers it got today, right now she worries because nothing is in writing.
All right. So I just wanted to make sure to take my time for to play that. So let's just kind of recap this like I like to do. Let's play it and then I'll stop it at certain points. All right, here we go.
We proving that we are capable and able to handle the town's affairs because we showed them numbers.
Like so much else in this part of the state, so much of what's going on is about black and white. Blacks make up a
Okay, yes, everything in America is about black and white. Everything. Listen, it is nothing in the United States of America that is not black and white. Every freaking thing is black and white. Now, I know y'all enjoying this show. Please show some love in the super chat. Give the love offers this morning. I'm trying to go in here. Come on now. Bless your uncle here. Now, everything in America is black and white. Don't you let them people tell you that it's not about black and white. Why y'all always talking about race? It's not about race. I mean, come on, y'all so obsessive with race. Why are y'all so obsessed with race? Because you created the system of race. And then you stuck my people in it. And then when we call you out on your crap that you created, that race is your creation. It's not the black man and black woman's creation. It is yours. Then we point it out to you. You don't want to hear it. And then when we constantly point out your history to you, then you want to say critical race theory. Oh, let's just get rid of the history in America because it's so bad because my little children can't hear the truth of what we actually done to black people. So let's create a law to stop that. It's no law is going to stop any of that because the truth is not in the bottle no more. You understand what I'm saying? So yes, everything in America, anything in the Western world, anything in the global world that the white supremacist is touching is about race. Let's go.
Majority of Mason, but only recently were voted in power. Before that, most of the mismanagement was under white leadership.
All right. So all the problems that stem from Mason has been white leadership. It wasn't the black folk. It was the white folk. Now, I thought those are the people that are supposed to be smarter than me and you. I thought they just so highly educated. Thank you, Thunder, for your love offering. I'm trying to cook this morning. So I thought they know everything. I thought us black folks, we don't know what we doing with money. But yet you heard them clearly just say that It was the white folk in leadership, and the white folks were doing the dirt. Let's go.
A town clerk embezzled $100,000.
You had a town clerk, not even the mayor, embezzle $100,000. So Jason Mumpower, how is it their fault when you know this?
And a public works superintendent was indicted for paying himself $600,000 over 8 years.
Okay, then another one, white folk, paid himself $600,000. And yet you want to look at the black folk and say, I'm about to try to take y'all over because y'all mismanaged money, and it was the white folk that did it. So how in the hell is you gonna come at them for? That's what I don't understand, or any of us understand. Let me get back on the screen here. Give me a second. How you gonna blame the black folk? Let me read these super chats real quick. Gary Mack, thank you for that love offering. And say, wake these brothers and sisters up. Phil, I'm trying, brother. B. Simmons, thank you for the love offering. Emma said, preach, Phil, thank you very much. Said Keith Weston said, America's in debt, and its hardest workers and culture creators is long overdue. Cut the check. Say Mason, Tennessee, we need ours. B1. B. Simmons say Cook. That's exactly what I'm doing. Like I said, listen, coming back from South Africa, I got some energy now. Oh, I got some energy. It's not a good thing when I get energy. So Jason here is going to try to say, black folk, you don't know what you're doing. You in debt. So I'm going to try to take that city from you. Matter of fact, I'm going to bully you. So either you get absorbed by the white county that's ran by Republicans, or, you know, I'm going to have to do what I got to do. Now, you may say, well, it's just 1,600 black folks in that town. Why you just want to take it over? I mean, even if they benefit, it's just 1,600 people. Why? No. Not the 1,600 people. The fact is, anybody who owns that land is going to turn into the millions, just like this, in a few years. And they don't want to see black folks sitting on any kind of land that is worth millions upon millions of dollars. That's exactly what it is. So let's go in and sabotage black people now. But the devil thought, this is what the devil thought. Thank you, Linya. Thank you for the love offering out of Canada. The devil thought that I'm going to go in darkness and I'm going to try to hurt the black man and black woman in Mason, Tennessee. Because see, the devil always operate in darkness. This is why they call the righteousness light. And the beautiful thing is today we have social media, which has been the light that has been exposing the devil in his darkness, because stealing from people is of Satan. Undermining people who have land is of Satan. It's not of God, right? Come on now, we're in the black congregation. We could talk that way today. So the devil thought that I'm going to go in and bully these people and they're going to go quietly. But somebody somewhere thought in their mind, let me at least try to put this on social media. Let me throw it out there in the internet space so some of my brothers and sisters probably can get it. And what happened? End up taking off. And now he backing off saying, well, you know, I have to rethink this thing. You're only rethinking it because you have been exposed. That's the only thing you rethinking. See, back in the day when they used to take land from our ancestors and treat our ancestors like crap, they can do it and nobody would know about it. Because you think about it. They hate the internet now. They hate that. They hate it because they can't control the narratives on the internet like they would like to. Now, the tech companies will suppress, stories. They will shadow ban. They will do all these different things, right? They will do it. But when y'all organically keep sharing something and keep doing it and doing it and doing it, it doesn't need one person to do it. You need everybody to be speaking on one accord, right? Whether you have a big platform or you got one person following you, everybody's collective voice matters. So now Little Mason, Tennessee has the whole nation and even parts of the world paying attention now to a small place that somebody, including most of us, didn't even know existed until maybe a few weeks ago. But I will tell you something about these people. These people will never change. But the one thing these people fear is exposure. You have to expose, and expose them again. They like to operate in the cover of darkness because they in league with the devil. The devil operates in darkness, but they don't like the light. Now, exposing them on social media, pointing out the names like Jason Mumpower, giving it a name, right? Saying the Tennessee government, because it is the government in Tennessee, he represents the Tennessee government trying to undermine black folk in that town. As long as these people are in charge, they will always try to seek to undermine black people. They're not trying to undermine the Asian. Let me make sure I put that out there. They're not trying to undermine the Arab. They're not trying to undermine the Hispanic people either. Not like they're undermining us. Because I don't see these stories where they're trying to undermine other groups of people like that. I'm not saying other people aren't treated different ways by the white supremacists, but they don't go hard in the paint like they do against black folk in this country. So y'all did very, very good by exposing this, putting this out there. Now, what I'm trying to do, and I'm saying this publicly, what I'm trying to do is get in contact with Sister Virginia Rivers. I'm trying to get in contact with her, and hopefully I found her information. I'll get Kellen to reach out to her, and let's see if we could talk to her, ourselves, and see what else we can get put out there, or maybe some new info directly from her. Because we don't have to go through this local media to do anything here in America. The local media is dead. The mainstream media is dead. They having to get on these platforms to try to compete, and they having to cheat on these platforms to even get the people to see their situation, right? Anything that go down, put it on social media. Don't wait till somebody like myself put it out or whoever else put it out. You put it out. Listen, Trayvon Martin, how that got started. It wasn't no big time person on social media that put that out. It was just regular people putting that out, and it took off. I've seen so many stories, Mike Brown, so many different stories took off by people just putting it out. Put out the stories. I don't care if you send me something. Still put it out on your own, because sometimes I don't see everything that come my way. Sometimes I have other things going on. Put out the story. When I get to it, I can, but still put out the stories. Never wait on anybody else to try to help with trying to bring justice. Don't ever think in your mind, well, I don't have a platform. I don't get this much viewership. This many people don't listen to me. No, everybody's voice is important. And you look at the Mason, Tennessee story as proof that everyone's voice is important. Sometimes just you putting it out, just putting the video out. Sometimes you may say, well, I don't really want to put my face in it, but I just want to post it and just get it out there. And maybe hopefully I'll just tag some people and they'll see it. And that's what ended up happening. Now, Jason Mumpower had to, back off. And now the latest thing is he's trying to work out a deal with them to help, pay the payments that's behind. He's not trying to take it over anymore. Why? Because we watching. We watching him. Jason, we watching you. We watching every move you're doing. And we know good and well there are white towns in Tennessee that's completely ran by white folk that's in debt too. Are you taking them over? Because if he would have took them over, anything over $100, he would have to say so over it. Now, why isn't Jason running around talking about these white towns? I guarantee you Nashville, Tennessee, got some debt. You a big city like that, way more debt than probably Mason for sure. Why isn't he trying to take them over? But see, Jason would know this. Jason would know that them folks will say something real quick. But you know what? I can just beat up on the black man and black woman. They're small. So let me try to do that and try to undermine them out of economic empowerment. Every day the devil is on his job. I'm going to repeat this again. Every day the devil is on his job. Don't get caught up if they got a Republican in front of their name or a Democrat in front of their name. The devil is always on his job. And you got to be always on your job, paying attention what the devil is doing. Now, let's talk about this, the next step. Black people in Tennessee. to really help Mason, why don't some of you go down there and see what you can do? Now, what I mean by what you can do, maybe talk to the mayor and find out if there's any kind of way some of you can move there and get more involved. Since you know it's a predominantly black area, black people gonna have to start moving to these areas and getting involved politically and say, okay, let's build up Mason. Now Mason is about to be important. So let's really go down to Mason so we know Blue Oval City is coming. Those of you in Tennessee, you should be already heading that way, trying to see how you can get in now. What kind of land, what kind of homes you could build now. That way your homes, that whatever you build in Mason at this point is going to skyrocket on value. Whatever businesses you set up, it's about to be some influx of people coming in from around that big plant. So this is an economic opportunity for black folks real quick. What's going to happen? I'm telling you what's going to happen. White folks going to flood Mason. And then what happens like with a lot of you, which I'll talk about this for sure on my news channel. What happens to a lot of you is that you start complaining about white folks coming in doing something instead of when you see the water's troubled, go at it. You right now, that sister is open for y'all to come down there and start businesses, build your homes, do something to help that city out, build schools, etc. Get your behind down there to Mason if you're right there in Tennessee and help grow that city bigger than what it is. This is a city that y'all can't control because what's going on is a lot of black folks don't control cities in America. It's mostly controlled by white folks. And then when you have an opportunity for some sort of control, you don't take advantage of that, especially if you're living right then and there. But then the Chinese show up and the Chinese start throwing millions and billions of dollars in Mason. What do you think is going to happen? The Chinese going to get the preferential treatment because they're putting in the money in there. So some of you, what you'll do is the Chinese will go build a Chinatown in Mason. You're like, what the hell is a Chinatown doing in a predominantly black city? Because you're not down there going to open up anything, bruh. Get on collective economics. Them Chinese moving a block. But black folks, we always want to argue who's the leader. Oh, why I don't like her. I don't like him. Anybody like when it comes to group economics. I don't have to like you like that to benefit off some things as a group. No matter what, we all on the same team. And we are the only people in this country that haven't figured that out, that we are all on the same team. The Chinese understand they all on the same team. You think they like each other? White folks is on the same team. You think they like each other like that? Look at what's going on now in Russia and Ukraine. That's white on white crime. They don't like each other either. But they make sure to put together a NATO. But yet we can't come together. This is the time to go to Mason. Those, especially you black business owners. I'm talking more so to you in Tennessee. You the main one need to get your behind down there to Mason right now. And open up some businesses. Open up something. Get some land in there now. Because when that Ford plant is built, you may be sitting on millions upon millions of dollars. That's really what it is. Because one thing I've learned and just, while being in South Africa, you better get it how you live and get it right now because people are coming. People are coming for the land we're at. People coming constantly. They're looking for them opportunities. We can't sit around here crying and complaining about why we ain't got, I don't understand, this and that. No. Either you jump on opportunity right now, black folk, no matter where you at, or you're getting left behind, especially with this global economy that we have, and especially everybody connected. Because you better believe people of all races watching that Mason story now, and you better believe they going to start descending on Mason. It's coming. I'm telling y'all, it's coming. Go there now. Black folks in Tennessee, business owners, especially you need to be there now. What you can do to invest in Mason now before Ford comes in there. Because Ford can go buy up everything too if they want. You need to be there. Well, you know, let me say something about that self-hatred comment you just made, brother, sister. Let's make that. You think other groups of people don't like each other? Like y'all, you think you the only people dealing with hatred? Seriously. They got white folks can't stand other white folk. They got Asians that can't stand other Asian. They have Arabs that can't stand each other for whatever the reason. They can't stand each other. Everybody in the world deal with some sort of self-hatred. You know what I'm saying? Everybody deal with that. It's not exclusive to black people. It's not exclusive. Trust me. I've looked around in the world enough to see that's not exclusive, because we talk about, oh, the self-hate like it's exclusive to us. Our problem is white validation. Our problem is the white man's ice is colder. That's really our biggest problem. And then unless the white man gives you a attaboy and okay to do something, then you'll go do it. Or you don't want to value something until the white man says it has some sort of value. That's really our problem. But what I'm telling you is get to Mason now. Because if you don't get there, others will. And I don't want to hear people emailing me talking about all these other races now in Mason, and all the mayor taking pictures with the Chinese, and all the mayor selling out. She taking pictures with the Arabs and the Indians, and now all she'll sell out. Phil, we fought against that situation. Now look at her. No, y'all don't understand business and economics. If you're not bringing economics to Mason, in which you have the collective economics to do it. If you didn't have it, I would say, nah, black people ain't got it like that. But black folks got a lot of money, and their money is going to everybody else's hands, except investing in our own. And look, you know, I'm gonna bringing up an example. Yeah, the only I can think of recently, right? Just recently I can think of. Tariq Nasheed had a crowdfunding for a museum, and I think over 1,100 people or so donated, right? And I think it was over $1 million. Good. That's not even 10,000 people. That's not even 2,000 people. If black folks would get together in a block, let's say 2,000 black folks wanted to come in as a block and say, you know what, I'm gonna dedicate $100 a month to investing in Mason as a collective block. That will be so much money that can come into Mason. They say, we're gonna build homes, we're gonna build schools, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. That's only $1,200 a year. You just multiply that. $1,200 a year with 2,000 people. You mathematicians in the chat, tell me how much money that would be in a year. $100 a month, so it'd be $1,200 a year for each person, 2,000 people. Give me the numbers, people in the chat. I want to see how quick you can give me that number. Because let me tell you something, all this, y'all saying self-hate, you'll get left behind with that. I'm telling you, you're going to get left behind, and you're going to be left behind complaining. And I'm at a point, I don't want to hear you complaining no more. I'm over the complaints. Either you get it and try to do something for black folk, or just get the hell out the way. I don't want to hear nothing about complaining, because you're complaining while other people trying to jump on opportunities that are supposed to be your opportunities. Nobody cares about me and you complaining. We need to see those opportunities and jump on them now. You understand? Now I don't know, my little grandson that came in just now, so I know y'all probably heard him. But that's what I'm going to try to tell you out of this Mason story, if anything. I'm not going to just keep complaining about the white supremacists, because I'm going to talk about it. Let's expose him. But what are we going to do? We always talk about the solution. The solution is get you behind the Mason, those of you especially in Tennessee, as business owners, get down there, put your whatever differences aside. Now, I understand certain people you can't fool with. I understand, you know, when you get these Boule members, I'm talking about you grassroots people. Get down there, get involved now. Get involved now. I'm going to repeat that again. Get involved now, because others are coming. They're coming. All right. So the person said 2.4. You said $1 million. Okay. Okay. That's only you can imagine. Now, imagine if 10,000 black people had committed that. Okay, we're gonna move to this area. We're gonna commit. You know how many homes you could build with millions of dollars for the community? If we actually work together, we could all build homes and build homes and free homes for each other. If we actually got together and say, listen, we're gonna buy land and we're gonna build all these homes, and these homes gonna be free. These homes are free for us. All we're gonna keep doing is putting in. This is free. We could actually be mortgage free and do everything if we wanted to. But the thing is, we don't want to come together collectively to do it. Because a lot of times in black people's mind, it's not even self-hate. It's like the task is too big. You can't see yourself doing it. And a lot of you get afraid if white people aren't involved. Or you get afraid if you think white people don't approve. Because I had seen some comments when I was on that interview in the South Africa, on Newsroom Africa. Phil, you better be careful, Phil, because the white people, boy, they ain't gonna like what you saying over there in Africa. What? I don't need the white supremacist permission to talk on TV. That's the issue and problem. You always want the white supremacist approval for everything. The white supremacists don't like you. They don't like me. So why am I looking for their approval to do anything with my community? Why? And people talking about low income housing. Black people should be at a point where we should be at middle income, not low income. Low income, and why you deal with low income, because you're working for them folks. If we would build up ourselves and work together, we all can make good money. Low, because that's a whole different video for a different day. But let me not get off the track. Before I wrap this up, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on the stream today. We greatly appreciate it. Let's keep an eye on Mason, Tennessee. Let's make sure to watch what Jason Mumpower is doing. We are trying to contact the mayor so we can actually speak with her and just hear what she has to say and her ideas, etc. So definitely, if you have any, we have a contact, but if you have a direct phone number, cool, send it to us. We'll definitely call. We want to talk with her. But think about what I'm saying. We can't just say, okay, now we talking about the white supremacists. Now you got to move. You got to move collectively. Business owners in Tennessee, you got to move now. That's just what I need to get out there and let y'all know. Like I said, we appreciate you joining us here on Sunday morning in the Black Congregation. Thank you for all of you who donated love offerings this morning. We greatly appreciate it. Now, since I'm back in Babylon, I'm gonna try on this channel. We want to get to having at least one live stream a day on this channel. We're going to work toward that. We want to start off at a minimum 3, but we want to get to at least one a day. But keep sending us the stories, and we can try to get one a day on this channel. That's definitely the ultimate goal, definitely for the next month or two is out. So make sure to look out for any kind of live streams here on the Black Congregation. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us today.